collapse of Bashar al-Assad regime following a lightning offensive led by Al-Qaeda offshoot Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, an array of Sunni factions supported by Turkey has created new realities on the ground for the country's Kurds, who have since 2012 administered the northeast and eastern parts of the country. The overall picture is negative as the US-backed Syrian Kurdish Democratic Forces loses control of growing swaths of territory east of Afrin, including the towns of Tel Rifat and Manbiji lying to the west of the Euphrates River, to Turkish-backed Sunni opposition forces. Turkish proxies with support from Turkish airstrikes advanced today toward the town of Kobani, according to well-informed sources on the ground, as Turkish President Erdogan renewed vows to crush terrorist organizations such as ISIS and the PKK or PYD in other parts of the country as soon as possible. They began their push after seizing control of Karakosa, a bridge that connects the western and eastern banks of the Euphrates River, despite fierce resistance from Kurdish forces. The outlawed Kurdistan Workers' Party that has been fighting the Turkish state since 1984 for various forms of Kurdish self-rule. Turkey accuses the Democratic Union Party (PYD), which shares power in the Syrian Kurdish-led Democratic Autonomous Administrations of North and East Syria. So, you see what is going on. The reality on ground in Syria now is, first and foremost, some Syrians share an opinion that what Assad did was totally wrong, to flee, that he should have remained in their country, step aside, conduct a free and fair election, and make sure there is stability in the country, and totally step down. But on the other hand, you don't expect a man of his caliber, that his family has been in power since 53 years and has been engaging in war or plunged his country into war in 2011 by shooting protesters that went to the street to protest, to just step aside like that. Then on the other side, when you look at it, Syria has a whole lot to offer to the world. Syria has fuel, Syria has gas, and most of these countries are in dire need of gas at this point in time, are in dire need of gas desperately, because since the war between Russia and Ukraine started, Russia is cutting off gas supply to most of these countries. Some of them say they are not buying Russian gas, but indirectly they are still buying Russian gas, because India is buying it with their local currency from Russia and reselling to some of these countries, making India is equally taking advantage of the situation and making a whole lot of money. So it's now left for Syrian people to either to unite themselves, forget whosoever that is supporting who, put their country first, put their people first, unite themselves, and pick their country from scratch and start the forgiveness process and start the reunification process and start making plans to rebuild their country. Because if they don't, in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I'm telling you, Iraq might even be better than Syria. Because as you can see now, everyone is out there fighting for their own interests. At this point in time, all these countries, be it Turkey, be it America, be it Europe, whosoever they are, no one is even considering what the people of that country have been through. Nobody is even putting that country first. Nobody is considering the trauma, the emotional problems, the psychological effects that the citizens of this country has been facing for the last 13 years of this war. What all of them are after are their own interests. So it is only Syrians that can protect Syria as a country. It's only Syrians that can truly protect themselves if they can forgo their personal interests, if they can, all these sides that are fighting in Syria, that are part of Syria, if they can forgo their personal interests and embrace patriotism, stand on the part of patriotism by considering their country first and their people, that is the only way they can rescue their country and their people from these wolves.